Hello, this is Clownfish Breeding for Dummies, and this is my new reef tank. Okay, so before we come back to my new reef tank, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on how my clownfish breeding tank is going. Okay, so this is the pair that I acquired and showcased right around the time of the first video. Now, they've definitely been doing better. They've started eating a lot, like normal clownfish should, and they have been less mean to each other. So the big female there in the breeder box, you can see, she is, how should I say this? She's not a nice clownfish. She's very aggressive, very dominant, very territorial. But then we got that little maroon male swimming around in the background, and he is a very submissive fish. And they've definitely been doing better. I mean, they don't yet sleep in the same spot, so I wouldn't consider them a bonded pair quite yet. But she's stopped shredding him to pieces. Let's just say that's a positive. But otherwise, there's not much to report on this pair. I mean, she's in the breeder box just because sometimes I put her in there in order to help them pair up some more. She's going to be in there for about 3 weeks. The longer she's in there, the better. And it'll just help her disassociate herself with the environment, get less territorial, and maybe accept him some more as a mate. Okay, now let's move to the pair that is spawning. This is my cinnamon pair. I've had them for a good 6 months, and they've been spawning extremely prolifically ever since about a month after I got them, so that's about 5 months ago. You can see that's their newest nest right up there. That is about, I put that at about 300 eggs, and you can see down in the bottom left on the tile, you can see that residue, the whitish residue. That's actually where their last spawn was. And these guys are so amazing. I've never heard of a clownfish pair spawning this much, but these guys literally lay a nest, 8-9 days, hatches, and then the next day they lay a nest. Most clowns will wait 2-3 days, maybe even a week before they spawn again, but these guys are just not like that. I don't really know why. But yeah, these guys are doing great. I haven't been raising their fry recently for reasons I will explain later. Okay, now let's get back to my new reef tank. I've probably had this reef tank for about 3 months now, and I just wanted to say this is probably the best reef tank I have ever owned. It's thriving, it's very beautiful, and it's very little maintenance. The only other reef tank I've ever owned was a 90-gallon cube, and that was just so much maintenance, just like 40-gallon water changes, you know, scraping all that glass. But this tank is just so much easier, and it's doing great. Corals are growing very quickly, and it was very cheap for me to set up because this tank is a discontinued tank. It's a BioCube HQI. I got it cheaper, and the store I bought it from was actually closing at the time, so I got it like half price. So the tank alone was like 200 bucks. The rock was like 20 bucks, and it's nice rock. Corals probably about the same amount as the tank, so about 250, 200. And the fish probably a good 100 bucks. And I'll tell you everything I got in here. So I got that blue stripe goby right there with the yellow head. I got that pseudochromis, really big pseudochromis, and I got a damsel. And there's actually an engineer goby in here as well, but he burrows a lot, so I won't be able to show him to you guys. I also got the cleaner shrimp, of course. I got an emerald crab and a pom-pom crab in here. And those are just sort of like little collector's items I love to acquire. And in terms of the corals, I'll give you some close-ups here. Just a classic frog spawn, doing great. When I got him, he was 1 head, now he's 3. Pink frog spawn, candy cane, plating Monty, doing great. And when I show you all the SPS, just remember that when I got these were totally brown in color. Now they've really gotten better. I got a Zoa there. I got some kind of soft coral there. I'm not actually sure what kind it is. And up here, that's a SPS, really beautiful color. I'll just get around here. You better look really bright green color. Wait, let me just see if I can. Yeah, there we go. And there's bright green color, and right above them another. This is, I think, an acro. Wait, no. I'm not actually sure. That's another SPS, and then come over to the other side. By the frog spawn, we got another SPS right there. Some mushrooms, an LPS right there, and of course a bird's nest. And in terms of inverts, like I said before, I have the cleaner shrimp. I also have a lot of crabs, some snail. Wait, let me get it to focus in for you. I also got a lot of crabs, some snails. I have a sand sifting sea star. That's why my sand bed looks so pristine. Another reason why the sand bed's doing so well is because of that blue stripe who just darted away. He actually sort of eats the sand and cleans it and then spits it back out. He's very, very handy. One thing I've noticed about this tank is the insane amount of coralline algae growing due to the halide light, which is a hexarc blue. That's the name of the light. I got it off of Amazon. It's a great light, gives a nice blue tint to everything, and just insane coral growth and stuff like that. I'll show you how much coralline algae. Just like for this video, I actually cleaned off the whole glass of coralline algae. It was on all sides, worst on this side over here, but it was everywhere. It was really horrible to get off. I had to use an old credit card to like scrape it off, which worked really well, but it's still not the ideal. You can see these power heads I bought new. I didn't buy these used, so you can see huge amount of coralline algae growing on those guys, even up on the stem. See going on. Same with the other one. There we go. On the shell too. Just really nice coralline algae color and everything. There's also a lot of coralline algae growing on the rocks. You can see by the intake for the filtration, there's a ton growing. Now I'll show you the filtration real quick. This is the HUI fixture. Really nice light, but you can't, if you ever get your hands on one of these tanks, do not use the stock light they give you. It's absolutely heinous. Just a horrible light option. Okay, one second. Let me just set this down. So here's the return. I should probably do this in a different order, but here's the return pump chamber. I'm running a Tunzi Nano osmolator for an auto top off. You can see the sensor cord right here. Here's the actual box. That's just sort of the filter pad that helps the tank with just some like free floating detritus sand that get picked up by one thing or another. There's also a pad down there. Down there. Which just is another layer of protection. And I do have a fuge on this tank. It's built in. Got some Caulerpa and Chaeto in there. It's growing great. You can even see this coralline algae growing in the fuge. I don't know if you can see that, but there is right there. Huge amount of coralline algae. This is the JBJ Nano Glow, I think, is their fuse light. It's nice because it's got a magnet on the inside. I don't have to mount it or anything. There's my thermometer. Handy spot for it. I keep the temperature. See if I can focus in for you. Come on. I don't think it's gonna let you see, but I keep the temperature at 82 degrees. It's a bit higher than I would normally keep a reef tank, but just because the HUI bulb is so hot, it keeps the tank so hot. The tank was dropping in the nighttime because the light would turn off and the heater would only kick in at like 76 degrees. So I just set the heater to 82, and the heater is in that compartment right there, which is the original. It's just the intake part. So I just set it to 82 to keep the tank more stable. I tried running mini skimmers in here, couldn't find one that fit, except for the trashy one they gave me with the tank. So I just decided not to run a skimmer, and it's been working out fine. Unlike many other people with a Nano, and I consider this a Nano, I don't do water changes every week or anything close to that. I just figure when the tank starts to look a little bit funky, I'm going to do a water change. But because I have no RODI system, when I do water change, it generally gives the tank more of more algae, and to prevent that, I just do water change when I have to. When the tank gets worse than what the water change is gonna cause. So this has been like about 3 weeks without a water change, I think. And you can see I use like reef welder right here and right there, and you can see the coralline algae is covered up. You can't see anymore. So yeah, overall this is a great tank, and it just proves that you don't need a skimmer, a dosing. I don't dose this tank at all. It's growing on its own steam. I don't feed it. And yeah, I'm thinking of adding just a couple more things, like a filefish to take care of aphasias, an anemone, and then a clown pear. That's really all I hope for this tank. And overall, I just think it's a really great success for me because I love the aquascape. Got great coral growth going on in here, and it was very minimal in cost. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please leave comments suggesting what I could do to help this tank get even better. What I could do with my clown breeding tank to help it, just anything really. So thanks a lot. Bye bye.